President Muhammadu Buhari commissions legacy projects in Kogi State, says he is proud of Governor Bello.
Kogi State House of Assembly approves the sum of 172 billion naira for the 2023 budget. Murder of BOLANLE RAHEEM, there will be no cover-up in investigation prosecution, says SANWO-OLU. Online influencer Andrew Tate has reportedly been detained in Romania as part of a human trafficking and rape investigation. The world bids farewell to Brazil football legend Pele. And this is MLC TV News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. My name is Mono Balagugu. Once again, thanks for joining us. And now the news in detail. The Kogi State House of Assembly on Friday approved the sum of 172 billion naira for the 2023 budget in Kogi State. It could be recalled that Governor BELLO of Kogi State had on Wednesday, 30th November 2022, presented the draft budget to the House for consideration and approval. Presenting the committee reports before members of the Assembly, the Chairman House Committee on Finance, Appropriation Budget, Monitoring and Economic Planning, Adeonike Aro, said the committee, after considering the appropriation bill, presents the sum of 101,345,018,141 naira only shall be appropriated from the consolidated revenue funds of the Kogi State for the recurrent expenditure of the state government. I added that the sum of 70,745,769,151 naira only shall be appropriated from the consolidated revenue funds of Kogi State government for capital expenditure. When the House was formed into Committee of Supply, the members led by the Speaker, Prince Matthew Kolawole, considered the report clause by clause before passing it into law. This is the last budget passage by the 7th Assembly in Kogi State. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday in Okene, Kogi State, declared that the All Progressive Congress APC had delivered on the promise it made to Nigerians at all levels. Speaking at the palace of the Ohinoyi of Iberaland, which he also commissioned as part of his one-day visit to the state, the president also said Governor Bello had performed credibly in his 2 terms as governor. The APC administration had indelible footprints in Kogi State. Amongst many projects executed by the federal government are the Itakpe to Okene bypass, Obadana to Kaba concrete road built by Dangote Industries Limited under their Roads for Taxes Initiative, Executive Order 7, and the Itakpe to Warri Railway Service, amongst others. President Buhari also spoke of the determination of his administration to position Kogi State as an industrial hub as well as a solid mineral power base, taking time to explain how the federal government achieved the resolution of legal entanglements that bogged down the progress of the Ajaokuta Steel Complex. He said the project stands to benefit the people of the state immensely. According to the president, no other single project holds the key to unlocking this vast potential as much as Ajaokuta Steel Complex, which they inherited as a long-merit-bound complex strangulating under a tangle of local and international commercial disputes. President Buhari added that Kogi State also stood to benefit in diverse ways when the 614-kilometer AKK gas pipeline, which traverses the state, starts operation next year. He commended Governor Bello for rising up to the occasion in many sectors, especially in security. He said he is proud of him and encouraged the people of Kogi State to continue to support him and his team as they are working hard to ensure the peace, security, and development of the state. Projects commissioned by the president included the Reference Hospital Okene, the new Ohinoyi's Palace at Okene, the Ganaja Junction flyover, and the interchange at Lokoja, the GYB Model Science Secondary School at Ankolo Lokoja, the Muhammadu Buhari Square Civic Center at Lokoja, and a fleet of high-tech security vehicles to combat crimes and criminalities. Lagos State Governor Babajide SANWO-OLU on Thursday said there would be no cover-up in the investigation and prosecution of the culprits involved in the murder of late lawyer BOLANLE RAHEEM, who was killed on Christmas Day by a police officer. He said the outcome of investigations of the case was very important to the government and the people of Lagos State, stressing that the people deserved to know the process leading to justice for the victim. Governor SANWO-OLU stated this earlier on Thursday morning during his visit to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Alkali, at the police headquarters in Abuja. He said that they had come this morning first to extend season's greetings to the Inspector General of Police and also to get an update and to brief them as to the security situation of Lagos State, especially the very recent unfortunate incident of the death of a lady, Omotola Rahim, by a bullet of a police officer, and also on the incident that occurred weeks before then. We really need to get a sense of security architecture in the state and what needs to be done. First, to condemn the very unfortunate incident, to express grief of the government and the people of Lagos State, and to say how very unfortunate at this period in their time to have incidents like this. But beyond that is really how they do ensure that incidents like this are reduced to the barest minimum, and what can government do that they are not currently doing that can be done to help the Nigerian police, the Lagos State Police Command, and how they need to ensure that they have better collaboration because they did not have any other police force. Speaking further on the importance of the meeting with the Inspector General of Police, Governor SANWO-OLU said that his government will continually work with the Nigerian police in providing additional equipment like body cameras and a joint advocacy program to enhance and improve public and police communication. Also speaking, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, assured Governor SANWO-OLU that there will not be any cover-up in handling the case of the deceased lawyer and the culprit. The apex body of the Yoruba self-determination struggle, Ilana Omo Odua, worldwide on Thursday announced that it would finally formally unveil Radio Ijagbara as the official broadcast radio of the struggle on the 1st of January. The announcement was contained in a statement jointly signed by the group's chairman and general secretary, Wale Adeniran and Tunde Amosat, respectively. According to the statement, the online radio will be broadcasting from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. It said the radio would serve the interest of the Yoruba self-determination struggle within and outside Nigeria. Meanwhile, the group had announced the appointment of an Ado-Ekiti-based medical doctor, Adebayo Orire, and a former chairman of Kajola local government area of Oyo State, Ali Oyedeji, as patrons. Both Orire and Oyedeji shall work with the Worldwide Executive Council of Ilana Omo Odua to ensure that its aims and objectives were actualized impeccably, the statement added. College of Directors and TIV community in the Auditor General Office in Abuja on Thursday celebrated Gabriel Bayon, one of the retired meritoriously after 35 years of service. It was a day of joy to the retiree who traced back into memory lane to reflect on his days in office.
Professionals, and as you learn from citation, I'm a fellow of about 5 professions. So I'm an international consultant already, financial consultant, administrative consultant, all kinds of consultants. So we'll continue to engage in our consultancy normal. We'll open office, which I'm lucky I've gotten my license from my association, National Association of National Accountants Association, to practice as a financial consultant in Nigeria. By January, at least after today, I'm very free to open my office and offer financial consulting, and then get some reward financially on it. We will continue to give advice to the audit house, so we're not running away from service completely.
He also took the audience to some traditional dance steps. We're now going to a short break. We'll be right back. Please to stay with us.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back, and now to stories in politics. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, is considering expelling members of the G5 governors, which is made up of Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Samuel Otom of Benue State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, and Okezi Ikpeazu of Abia State if they go ahead and announce their support for any presidential candidate other than Atiku Abubakar. A reliable source who is a member of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, who disclosed on Wednesday, said another measure being considered by the leadership of the main opposition party was the dissolution of the party structures in the respective state of the G5 governors, who are also referred to as the Integrity Group, and establish caretaker committees to run the affairs of the party in the 5 states. According to the source who pleaded to remain anonymous, taking such action will also affect the political ambition as governor, as well as Okeze, Otom, and Ikpeazu, who are all contesting for the senatorial seats in their respective states. The governors elected on the platform of the PDP had, in what many had described as another jamboree on Monday, traveled to the United Kingdom for another strategic meeting. The governors, led by Wike, have been calling for the resignation of the PDP's national chairman, Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, as their minimum condition for peace in the party, and to join the presidential campaign council of the party's presidential candidate, Atiku. Wike had refused to accept his defeat at the party's presidential primary in good faith. And now to news on the foreign scene. Controversial online influencer Andrew Tate has reportedly been detained in Romania as part of a human trafficking and rape investigation. Tate, who was detained alongside his brother Tristan and his house raided in the capital, Bucharest. A lawyer for the brothers confirmed their detention, Reuters said. The former kickboxer rose to fame in 2016 when he was removed from British TV show Big Brother over a video which appeared to show him attacking a woman. He went on to gain notoriety online with Twitter banning him for saying women should bear responsibility for being sexually assaulted. He has since been reinstated. The four suspects appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized websites for a cost, prosecutors said, according to the Reuters news agency. The brothers have been under investigation since April alongside two Romanian nationals. Videos circulated widely on social media appears to show Tate and his brothers being led away from luxury villa. Romania's Directorate of Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism issued a statement but did not name the Tate brothers, stating that two British citizens and two Romanian citizens were suspected of being part of a criminal group focused on human trafficking. It also released a video of the raid showing guns, knives, and money on display in one room. Tate moved to Romania 5 years ago. A leading Catholic bishop in Eritrea has been freed from detention after being held without trial since October, reliable sources have told the BBC. Bishop Faik Mariam Haggis was released alongside parish priest Abba Meretab Stephanos No reasons were given by the authorities for their detention. The Catholic Church has reportedly called for an end to one-party rule in Eritrea and for democracy to be embraced. The Catholic Archbishop of Asmara and a small congregation gathered to welcome the clerics after their release. Eritrea has not held a national election since it gained independence from Ethiopia in 1991. It has been ruled since then by President Isaias Afwerki. His regime has been accused of human rights abuses, including violating religious rights. The bishop had been detained since the 15th October after he returned to the capital, Asmara, from a trip to Europe. In 2019, the authorities shut Catholic-run schools and hospitals, saying that religious bodies could not run such institutions. Catholics make up about 4% of Eritrea's population. The church is one of only 4 religious groups allowed to operate in Eritrea, along with Eritrean Orthodox, Evangelical, Lutheran, and Sunni Muslim groups. And now to sports. Brazilian football legend Pele, arguably the greatest player ever, has died at the age of 82. He is credited with scoring a world record of 1,281 goals in 1,306 appearances during a 21-year career, including 77 goals in 92 matches for his country. The only player to win the World Cup 3 times, lifting the trophy in 1958, 1962, and 1970. Pele was named FIFA's Player of the Century in 2000. President Jair Bolsonaro has declared 3 days of national mourning. Pele had been suffering with kidney and prostate problems in recent years. He had surgery to remove a tumor from his colon in September 2021 at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo after the tumor was detected in routine tests. He was readmitted to the hospital in late November 2022. As the world bids farewell to Brazil football legend Pele, Nigerians led by President Muhammadu Buhari have also added their words to the long list farewell messages for the man that had long been described as the greatest footballer of all time. The Brazil great had been undergoing chemotherapy for a colon tumor that was removed last September and returned to Sao Paulo's Albert Einstein Hospital on February 13th. While in hospital, he contracted a urinary infection and underwent an endoscopy, which left him weak and having difficulty eating and speaking. Pele passed away on Thursday at the Albert Einstein Hospital, and his daughter Kelly Nascimento confirmed the news on Instagram, writing, "Everything we are is thanks to you. We love you infinitely. Rest in peace." In a statement signed by the president's spokesman Garba Shehu titled "President Buhari mourns soccer legend Pele," the president said Pele is gone, but the world will never forget him. R.I.P. The Nigerian Football Federation also took to their Twitter handle to celebrate the passing of the football greatest. Silvanus Okpala, who featured for Nigeria at the 1980 Africa Cup of Nations, described the death of Pele as a colossal, inevitable loss to the world of football. Also, veteran Nigerian journalist Kule Solaja and a former national president of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Steve Alabi, described the legend as the undisputed greatest footballer of all time. Special tributes to Pele, having made his professional debut for Santos at the age of just 16. Pele was selected to represent Brazil in the 1958 World Cup in Sweden when he was just a year older. Pele rose to superstardom by winning the 1958 World Cup, scoring 6 goals when aged just 17. 2 of those goals came in the final against the host, Sweden, including one of football's most iconic strikes, a flick over a defender's head, and volleyed finished. His incredible career is littered with remarkable achievements. Most notably, he is the only player to have won 3 World Cups, having also triumphed in Brazil in 1962 and 1970. He was also one of the first black global sporting icons. Born and raised in the favelas of Tres Curacos in Minas Gerais, Eastern Herantos desde Nascimento, he would become known as Pele at school, apparently because of the way he mispronounced the name of his favorite footballer, BELLO. Grew up in poverty and taught himself how to play football by kicking around a sock stuffed with newspaper. Pele helped popularize football across the United States when, with 3 World Cups under his belt, he briefly joined the New York Cosmos. He played his last game as a professional footballer during his tenure in the United States in New York's Giant Stadium on the 1st of October 1977, representing Cosmos in one half and his former club Santos in the other. In Brazil, Pele will also be associated with the white shirt of Santos, for whom he scored 619 goals in 638 appearances, which, coupled with his glorious deeds for his country, gave him in his homeland at least the undisputed title of the game's greatest player. He is credited with scoring a world record 1,281 goals in 1,633 appearances during a 21-year career, including 77 goals in 92 matches for his country. The Nigerian Civil War was halted for 48 hours on Pele's first visit to Nigeria in 1969. The Green Eagles played out 2-2 draw with Santos in that friendly. Rest in power, legend. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV, and like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021. and Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, and advert sponsorship, please call any of the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Mono Balagogo, thanking you so much for watching. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and a peaceful society together.